Oh, don't mind me. I'm just looking for records. I'm just going to lean over you a little bit. Is that okay? You're not bothered by this, are you? Howdy everybody, it's me, Manic Mark, coming to you from the bunker system located underneath the Art Telephone somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. And we get about 3 inches of rain today. And so I decided to go out and go to Half Price Books because I had to go shopping. And I went out because I knew it was raining because I don't wash cars. I haven't actually washed a car. Now I clean them once they get really dirty on the inside. You got to do something like I vacuum maybe once a year. And I don't like when the steering wheel gets kind of sticky, you know. So I use that orange citrus cleaner, and that just takes anything off. So I do kind of keep the insides somewhat tidy once a year. I do that anyway. So, but I wanted to wash all the salt off the rusty Jeep so it doesn't rust as fast as it is. So anyway, but people driving in the rain, I swear, it was freaking dangerous. And it wasn't raining that heavy. I mean, it was kind of heavy, and you know, maybe traffic. Anyway, I'm like on the brakes and slide. And then just as I get home and I'm finally starting to calm down, my heart is calming down. Some woman just right down the street from my house pulls right out in front of me, and I got to slide sideways to keep from hitting her. It's stupid. Just an idiot. Okay, go ahead. I'm breaking into this video because next Friday, it's at the 11th, they're having a closing reception for the show. I didn't know art galleries did that. I had no idea. When was the last time you were in an art gallery? I was so upset I had 3 records in my hand in Half Price Books, and I just put them back. Because I'd had it. I had it. It's not Half Price Books' fault. But this is a funny story, so I'm going to tell it. Maybe I'll just post it today, just like this, with no extra fun stuff stuck in it like I try to do normally to make these things, to keep people awake. Okay, anyway, I have one record. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one. It came in eBay, from eBay. Okay. So I go in there, and there's a lot of records. I can see that there's records sticking out when I go around the corner. But all the records are messed up. Some are this way. They put them in this way, and it's jammed. And some are this way. There's stuff stacked up, and they're halfway pulled out, and it's a mess. And there's a guy with it's a weird old record collector. Oh my God, he's old and weird. And it wasn't me. No, it was a guy already going through the records. He's sitting there. And I got another one of these little chairs they have, and I came up and I sat down and I said, "Howdy, how you doing?" And he kind of looked at me and said, "There's not much here today." And you know, when a record collector says that, they're just trying to scare you away so you don't get in their way and take the records that they think you're going to take before they can get their hands on them. And then you try to, and then he's like, "Well, I never." And I said, "Well, I never." He said, "Well, I never do anything by email." And I said, "Well, I never used the phone." So he said, and then he said, "Oh, you know," and after he said, "There's not much here today," I said, "Oh my God, it's a mess." Looking at, referring to the records. And then he said something like, "Well, I had to pull a few out or something." And it didn't dawn on me. Okay, so I'm going through the side he's not in, and I'm going through, and I'm going not ahead of him, but behind him, and he gets done with this other side, and he gets off stool, and he comes around, and then he's hanging over top of me, looking in the bins over top of where I'm effing sitting. He's so close, his frickin' coat is touching my face, and his manhood is right there, right? Like, what the? Okay. So this is the first time in human history when it's been really hard to get a hold of people. You think that, you know, back in the old days when you had just a heavy telephone that you didn't even own, that Ma Bell owned it, and it was like a federal offense to like take their phone, that it was hard to get a hold of people. You had the mail, but it's not like that now. You got cell phones, and you got landlines, and you got email, and still you got snail mail, and you got shortwave radio. And I know I've been told by you kind listeners that I should just do one of these like that and be done with it. But I don't want to cause a scene, so... And there's too many ways. People can't, you gotta, oh my God. Smoke signals. You got smoke signals. So then I'm going down and going down. He finally starting to go around the other side. And then it dawns on me. I was in Half Price Books maybe a month ago or more. And the same guy was there looking at records when I was there. And the records are all effed up. Just the way they were. And I realized that this idiot is like destroying the thing as he goes through it. I never find, it's been kind of goofy now and then, but never messed up like when this guy goes through it. I should have done one of these. Anyway, now let's go to the record. One record all the way from Brooklyn, New York. It's the Gene Rains Group. Now, I found a Gene Rain album, like for 50 cents. Where? At Half Price Books? Can't remember. And it was really kind of like, oh, this is going to be a boring Hawaiian type album cover. All right. But then it played like a great Exotica record. So I didn't have any of his records, and I looked him up, and he was, I ought to go back to smoke signals, this new technology. I swear to God. What did I hear? I heard that they've developed, for honest to God truth, a way to encode DNA with digital information. Okay? They figured out a way to use human DNA to store digital information so that there will be computers inside of your body. Vying for the Exotica throne at the same time that Martin Denny and Arthur Lyman, and I think this guy's from Hawaii too, so they all were like, he heard him and started playing, but he only made a couple of records. I don't know how many, 2 or 3 anyway. This is the most popular one, I think, or the rare. Well, anyway, it's definitely got a better cover than the other one, and it's a little bit more rare. And the cover's kind. Now somebody put tape on it to hold the cover, and they put tape on top of a little sticker. I'm going to have to do some kind of weird surgery and hope I don't wreck that corner. I have no idea. I should look it up. I heard it. It's got to be true. It was on like the show like Entertainment Tonight or something like that. And people, they just can't. Why? People don't. They got the line they got to get in, but they got to go down to the end and get in front of the semi-truck drivers. I talked to a semi-truck driver once, and he worked for a company, and they sent all their drivers once or twice a year to anger management classes. And it doesn't surprise me, because the way people treat long-haul truckers, driving the big rigs, pulling in front of them like they do, you just want to smack people, get out of the car and smack people. In fact, science is going to be so crazy in the near future that you can change your genetic makeup, change your structure, and you can grow things like eyeballs out of your nose. That's what I'm going for. I'm going for another set of eyeballs grown out of my nose, just like this.